Good morning, guys. Well, before digging into some of the other news, I just can't help but to report this. Colin Kaepernick. Apparently he's being ignored as players sign for free agency. Now, will he get eventually signed by someone? Probably. He's a good athlete, halfway decent quarterback. But my guess is he will either be second string or third string quarterback. He will not be the first. Let's go to Sweden. Only 14% of everyday crimes are solved in Sweden. Gee, I wonder why. It says a damning new report has revealed Swedish police are facing difficulty solving even simple crimes, and only 14% of everyday crimes are solved. New stats reveal that in the first half of 2016, around 86% of the crimes handled by Swedish police were everyday crimes such as burglary, simple theft, harassment, and vandalism. The total cases numbered 655,000, but shockingly, less than 1 in 7 were ever solved, and half the crimes were never even investigated to begin with. Oh my, yeah. You can't tell me people aren't fed up over there. You bet they are. And then Nikki Haley, she's doing a pretty good job of representing the U.S. and the Trump administration. It says, upon assuming the presidency, many observers, they were wondering how the Trump administration foreign policy would look like. Well, Nikki Haley has answered those questions. At the UN, Haley has articulated a clear vision of how America will handle itself on the world stage, a stalwart friend to its allies, fearsome foe to its enemies, and a consistent voice of reason in a forum often governed by the whims of authoritarian regimes and violent special interests. This week, for example, Haley made clear the Trump administration would stop at nothing to curb dictator Kim Jong-un's threats in North Korea and uproot Iranian terror proxies from Syria. So, that kind of lets you know where that's all headed. And Tim Tebow, he got his first spring training hit. You know that I like him, and I wish him well. And then moving on to some other stuff here. The appeals court, unfortunately, down in Louisiana said that New Orleans, the statues of New Orleans can come down. That's all those statues of yesteryear that show the history of the South. And that's all the political correctness crap. And that's a crime in and of itself. Once again, former CIA director blames millennials for WikiLeaks documents. No, it was actually the NSA people, the retired NSA people. Al Gore, every night on the news, we're seeing a nature hike through the book of Revelation. Al Gore he is psychotic. He has been for a long time. The guy is so messed up. Duterte calls for building structures in South China Sea. I don't know if that's that's not a good deal. Trump signals big, fat, beautiful negotiation on healthcare bill. Good. Fox History Show mocks founders' belief in an armed citizenry. Not good. There's nothing to make fun of having an armed citizenry. We got to have it. That's what's kept us as free as we are, in part. That, along with our military and the police that we have, you bet. Australia taking aim at guns after confiscation scheme fails to disarm criminals. You're never going to disarm the criminals, you idiots. And then European elites fear that Steve Bannon could destroy the EU. No, what's destroyed the EU is mass immigration that all you jerks at the top, like Merkel and Hollande and Sarkozy and others, implemented And what's pissing you off is that the people are fed up with it and they're calling you on your crap. Trump could cut bureaucrats by highest levels since World War II. They need to be cut, and they need to be cut drastically. It was the environmental activists who defaced the Trump golf course in California. 4,700 flights canceled by the upcoming blizzard. Yeah, that's nasty. You guys stay safe that are in that. Brian Williams. It's striking that an alternative universe is being proposed by the White House. Brian, you've been living in an alternative universe your whole life, you moron. And then Assad complains that Trump is not talking with him. Well, you know, Assad, he'll talk to you when he wants to. Convicted terrorist will keynote anti-Israeli conference in Chicago. Why are we not surprised? What else here? Official over in Sweden. Sweden needs to integrate returning Islamic State fighters. Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, they'll integrate into your society all right. Yeah, you betcha. And then Sanders. Deductions have gone up too high under Obamacare. GOP plan will result in people dying. Sanders is... That man is psycho too. I mean, which one of these people are not psychotic? Honestly. I mean, if you really look at what they say and at what they do, you realize, oh my word, they are nuts. They really are stupid. They are sociopathic. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, after a while, at first you're like, oh gosh, can they really be that stupid? How can they do what they do? Well, after a while, you can only come up with so many conclusions. And sooner or later, you got to come down to, they really are psycho. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.